Prequel fans when you make fun of the prequels. Sequel fans when you make fun of the sequels. Leaves the order to fight tyranny. Becomes Lord Tyrannus. I thought my sister meant something to you. Remind me again, which one of us worked for her killer? The greatest disguises in cinema history. Beach Trooper. Past. Present. What if I told you the Republic was now under the control of the Dark Lord of the Sith? Who the duck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. In a movie, the heroes usually go from screen left to screen right. But at the Battle of Geonosis, the clones go from screen right to screen left, foreshadowing their betrayal and revenge of the Sith. 99% of the Jedi Order. 2003 General Grievous. Count Dooku is staring at us, Commander. Tyrannosaurus Rex. The one you feel sorry for. The one you hate with a burning passion. The one too legendary to hate. Teacher, the school is on fire, and we must evacuate in alphabetical order. Zachary. Says the guy who hasn't actually killed any Sith Lords yet. Sith Lords are our specialty. What's going on in there? Vader is trying to stop the rebels from getting the plans. Jerry. If he succeeds, Leia will never send R2, Luke will never rescue her, and we'll have a major paradox. Door slides open. Lonnie, it's been too long. Give me an update. At Tewo West, a hostage, a healer, and a Jedi walk into a bar. And the bartender says, "What would you like, berries?" Shut your trap. Bro has aura. The force is strong with this one. We need a system where the politicians sit down and discuss the problems, agree what's in the best interests of all the people, and then do it. That's exactly what we do. Just last month, we all discussed and agreed that senators should have a 200% salary increased, and we did it. 1983. 2004. When you know your Padawan is sleeping with that senator, but you can't prove it. How to Be Happy by Star Wars Toys. Alright, I was 12. His name was Paolo. We were both in the legislative youth program. He was a few years older than I. Very cute. Dark curly hair. Dreamy eyes. But he refused to kill younglings, and that's a deal breaker for me. I was fired because of the color of my scene. When you ask a Star Wars fan how many movies they like, I like 2 or 3, but I'm not really sure about one of them. How would you have it work? We could build a giant space station that shoots lasers at anyone who disagrees with us. I can see no way it can fail. When the kid who chooses B in every answer gets the highest grade, maybe he was the smart one. Disturbance in the Force. I feel it too. Forgot it was trash day. I did. Is it really necessary to watch the animated shows? If one is to understand the Star Wars universe, one must study all its aspects. When you're having a prequel marathon with a friend, and they keep saying the lines before you, I was about to say that. Besides, Master Skywalker said you should teach me about politics. You know, you two have a lot more in common than you think. It's no wonder you get along so well. Sweats nervously. When you tell Vader to his face he is Anakin, constantly troll him with the fact throughout your mission with him and survive. Me going to Comic-Con, because I heard Tamura Morrison will be there. I would very much like to meet this Jango Fett. Me, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the goddamn tunnel. I want to be a minimalist, but I also need it in every color and shade. Every woman in my life, juggling 3 jobs, does yoga, cooks, goes to therapy, remembers everyone's birthday, their boyfriends, once almost made a dinner reservation, but turns out the place was closed. The gifted and talented to burn out, anxious and depressed to adult ADHD diagnosis is real hard. Dating nowadays be like, so are we healing together or trauma bonding? I'm so jealous of people who know how to shut up. I shut up, and subtitles come out my face. Meditation isn't enough, I need to be launched into space. Your Honor, my client would like to play on his phone for a little bit. Babies kick pregnant moms all the time. But oh, I do it one time, and I'm the one arrested. What are you? The coping mechanism police or something? Are you living, or are you just jumping from one obsession to the other to run away from yourself? Could you please put your crying kid on vibrate? Women only want one thing, and it's ducking impossible. Palpatine after executing Order 66 be like, we did it, Anakin. We saved the galaxy. I don't want to party like it's 1999. I want to camp on a sidewalk for a new Star Wars movie like it's 1999. Hotler reminiscing about his friend who got accepted into art school. I went into public service. He went on to become an artist. Oh boy, Domino Squad are my favorite characters. I sure hope that nothing bad happens to them. How do we tell him? Clone Wars in Legends. Clone Wars in canon. Hey Pat me, what does IDK mean? I don't know. Fine, I'll ask someone else. Then why are you following me? Afraid I was gonna leave without giving you a goodbye kiss. I'd just as soon kiss a wiki. I would be most happy to arrange it for you. My mom. Do you know where your brother went? Me. No. My mom. Sure you do. You just don't want to tell me. The CIs to their droids before the start of a battle. Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Are the Jedi all good and the Sith all bad, or is it more complicated than that? Sheev says, good and bad are simply points of view. If one is to understand the great mystery, one must study it in all its aspects. Yoda says, if bulkhead wears, push it down the stairs. You really don't like politicians, do you? They are corrupt and slimy and irritating, and they get everywhere. You really don't like politicians, do you? Almost as much as sand. I like Jar Jar Binks. Ironically, right? Ironically, right? When the factory owner is explaining that the t-shirts will be made much more quickly in a third world country. By whom? Who's gonna make them? Obi-Wan. Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Kenobi. Master Skywalker, the Wi-Fi is back online. Jar Jar would have been a great Sith Lord. The speech. Padme, you must address the Senate. You are the chosen one. Only you can bring balance to the Senate. My friend, did you hear Joe Biden died of ligma? Me, they only work on the weak-minded. Jedi younglings, when I grow up, Anakin. No, the Sith are all selfish bastards. They only care about themselves. Our grand plan will succeed, even if I can't see its completion in my life. I'm a reputed professor, so I don't have to self-study everything right. I don't have to, right? Light side, dark side, Revan. Darth Tyrannus to Jedi Master, Stegosaurus, and now young Jedi, you will die. You won't get away this time, Dooku. Your success rate of 0% says otherwise. Oh yeah, well, my powers have doubled since the last time we met. Count. 0 times 2 is still 0, cripple. Restaurants in 2050 telling you about their humanitarian cloned meat replacement options. Pure genetic replication. No tampering with the structure to make it more docile, and no growth acceleration. Watto seeing the strange person with Republic credits waving his hands. You gonna use one of your Jedi mind tricks on me? When someone on Amazon claims he has the original version of the original trilogy, without Lucas's later edits, unaltered? When my friend tells me he doesn't like Lego Star Wars, I never did enjoy hanging out with you. That is exactly what we do. The trouble is that people don't always agree. Then they should be made to. That sounds like fascism, Anakin. When your friends say they don't want to watch Star Wars, then they should be made to. You underestimate my power. I don't know what Sith first got the idea that power was everything. When you are Team Cherry, and you crashed Steam, PlayStation, and eShop. My parents, did you and your siblings decide on a movie for movie night, or do you just yell at each other? Me. That is exactly what we do. The trouble is that people don't always agree. I love. Shmee, are you just stating you love things and not finishing the sentence, then starting over, then dying? Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. Alright, I get the picture. Whatever happened to him? But has he started flushing baby wipes? There is no doubt he is potty trained. Helium isn't flammable, while hydrogen for example would have been a very bad choice on a desert planet. How I feel whenever I whistle, put it in your mouth by a Kineal around a difficult customer or a co-worker I can't stand. Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, you're trying to stop the Empire. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, the Empire is trying to stop you. Hayden Christensen after 16 years. Anakin after 19 years. Have you ever stared Delt in the face? Me. Reylo shippers. And Ahsoka shippers. People who ship Vader and Palpatine. The Mandalorian will erase the sequel trilogy from canon. The Mandalorian will soon tie into events that slowly build up the First Order and give people a new appreciation for the sequels, like how Clone Wars did for the prequel trilogy. Darth Vader in the original trilogy. Darth Vader in Rogue One. Darth Vader in Fallen Order. Star Wars Rebels. Duck off. I won't watch this kid show. I'm way too mature for that shit. 5 years later. Star Wars The Mandalorian. Who the duck is Thrawn. You can feel the tension between BB-8 and Adam. Teacher, the only way I can help you is if you ask questions. Me asks question. Teacher, a wise master does not reveal all his secrets at once. I'm asking you back. I'm sorry master, but I'm not coming back. Dave Filoni needs me to survive Order 66, so I can be in Star Wars Rebels. Anything more to say? Your Dark Disciples arc was scrapped for the Martez sisters. Thinking Padme died of sadness. Listening to the sound of Padme's heartbeat stop as Vader takes his first breath. The Kenobi series will have only 6 episodes. Every episode will be 1 hour long. What I think I look like when I take a selfie. What I actually look like. Ben wore Kylo's actual face like a dead mask. He barely changed expression as Kylo, as if his face was made of wood. Kylo's emotions were absolutely muted, besides rage, with only his eyes alive. His emotions would escape, only through his lips trembling and pressing together. How Mandalorian Season 3 is gonna start. Somehow, Cara Dune died. Hayden Christensen. TV shows, Star Wars Rebels, Goosebumps, Higher Ground, Harrison Bergeron, Forever Knight, Family Passions. Oh, I don't think so. The CEO of Mustafa Mining Co. after Kenobi and Anakin's duel. I'm never gonna financially recover from this. Obi-Wan Kenobi's Guide to Defeating Sith Lords. Simply cut along the dotted line. It's that easy. The reports are correct. Skywalker was one of the Jedi Order's most skilled generals. What happened to him? Choose your fighter. Admiral Squat Bar. Ben Swallow. Obi-Wan Moreb. Chancellor Palpatine. Qui-Gon Jinn. Grand Bath Tarkin. Why don't you just kill me? Your nourishment must be more severe. Watching Grogu go with Luke to become a Jedi. Realizing this means he's gonna get killed by Kylo Ren. When your friends all have girlfriends, but you're the only one having a Lego clone turbo tank 8098 with Ahsoka, Anakin, Aayla Secura, Clone Boy, and Cad Bane minifigs. Signature look of superiority. My friend, you're telling me that the events of all the Star Wars movies took place because Qui-Gon was just trying to fix her ship? Me, it's an oversimplification of events, but yes. Ahsoka when the clones turned on the Jedi. I don't want to hurt them. Yoda when the clones turned on the Jedi. Where the fun begins. This is. It's insane how much went down in this one room alone. Teacher hands out homework. That one homeless kid. I don't have such weaknesses. Palpatine every time the Galactic Republic won a battle. This is exactly what I wanted. Palpatine every time the CIs won a battle. This is exactly what I wanted. Every third episode of Skywalker Saga be like, main protagonist, Palpatine. When it's Star Wars night at the Stripe Club, and all you see are people dressed as Leia, Padme, and Ahsoka. I was hoping for Kenobi, why are you here? That's Anakin's tracking signal, alright. But it's coming from Tatooine. What the blazes is he doing there? He hates sand. Fans asking George Lucas to bring Darth Maul back. Bringing Darth Maul back and making him a complex character with a great story arc. Could anything from your childhood have caused your fear of elevator doors opening? If Obi-Wan had turned instead of Anakin, I was once a Jedi Master, just like Obi-Wan. Lol, no you weren't. Mom, the food isn't that eat, the food. Anakin versus Voldemort ruled the galaxy, good in the end. Pro pod racer, honey, could kill a toddler, okay with sand. Average Anakin killed younglings and betrayed Obi-Wan people. Average Vader killed the younglings and betrayed both Obi-Wan and Anakin people. Maul, I can explain. You have 4 blades? I only have 2. You have 2 blades? I only have 1. You guys need lightsabers? Darth Maul with a double-bladed lightsaber. General Grievous with a lightsaber on each of his 4 cyborg arms. Count Dooku wearing pajamas. The reason why Windu's lightsaber is purple in the story. Windu's lightsaber is purple because he's trained in the light and in the dark side. Yes, it's because blue and red makes purple. The actual reason. Samuel L. Jackson, can I get a purple lightsaber? George Lucas, sure. Me going to high school. My friend going to a different high school. Me on my high school's team at a tournament. My friend on the opposing team for his high school. Hey, you going to sleep? Yes, now shut up. What would Jango Fett have done if he lived to see the clones arrive? Would he fight for the army he created in Jedi, or still defend Dooku and fight the Jedi? Episode 2 snacks. There's nothing good in there. Nobody liked it. Cool story bro. The amount of force powers used in The Force Unleashed. The amount of powers used in the whole trilogy. Would you accept a trade for your 2020 Benz AMG? What could possibly be worth $140,000? You fool. I have been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku. That's good, because I trained the Jedi. Who killed Count Dooku? I saw you being born, and I saw you die. Leia. R2-D2. When you realize that Endgame has not just the Iron Men, but the Iron Women, and Iron Children too. They should make a co-op game, where you and a buddy go through many levels, leveling up and beating bosses, but the final boss is each other. You were my brother player too. Mom, don't you think it's time we sold that old PlayStation 2 of yours? Me, it's a system we cannot afford to lose. When I see someone else love and appreciate all eras and all Star Wars media for what it does right, instead of focusing on what it does wrong. That one special shopping cart, where every wheel is perfect. Add weeks before and after. Moth, crack, heroin, delt sticks. Cashier, that'll be $12.99. Me, 12, what? Cashier. 99. Me. The order was to execute the Jedi for treason against the Republic. The problem is Ahsoka Tano is no longer a Jedi. Friend, so you're telling me that if Luminara treated Barriss like Anakin treated Ahsoka, Barriss would have never bombed the temple that caused Ahsoka to leave the order, which caused Anakin to turn to the dark side? Me. It's an oversimplification of events, but yes. This ferret died 33 years ago. Scientists just brought her back to life. To cheat doubt is a power only one has achieved. If Palpatine never replaced us, we would have won against the rebels. Change my mind. He commendable. He dependable. But most importantly, he don't find clones expendable. Not to me. No, I won't like Clone Wars. It's a cartoon made for kids. Clone Wars. What do you want with Anakin Skywalker? You know, it's weird how Anakin and I are two of the most popular characters of the saga, but we have met only once. I really want to see how much he has grown, how strong he has become, and maybe I'll even apologize about running him over with a speeder when he was 9. I might even have a little duel with him. It'll be good fan service. When your headset is broken and all your buddies randomly start shooting the Jedi. Explain a film plot badly. After failed peace negotiations, young Jesus and old Jesus go gambling on a desert planet on their way to fight space Satan. Star Wars. The Phantom Menace. Making fun of Jar Jar because he snacks. After the rise of the Empire, he lived on Naboo as a sad clown, knowing that everything that happened was his fault and how unwanted and disliked he was in the entire galaxy. Mace Windu. You can't train that kid. He has way too much emotional baggage. Qui-Gon. Nah, it'll be fine. Anakin's emotional baggage. POV. You're a Star Wars prequel fan in 1999. Disgusted looks. POV. You're a Star Wars prequel fan in 2021. Attracted glances. When someone in your family is a self-proclaimed artist, me suggest sharing my Gungan art with Yelsa and Misa. When you find out the janitor is actually a secret Sith Lord. I'm tired of Disney and their woke agenda. They've destroyed the legacy of Star Wars with this new show. Star Wars fans hold Star Wars to a standard it has literally never met. Peter, it's just sci-fi schlock and always has been, which is part of why it's so great. You don't miss old Star Wars, you miss being younger and happier.